everyone, welcome and welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisa and today we are going to look at the Madagascan Ibis. I think it's pronounced. And as you can see here on the picture below, it is a quite unique bird. If you ask me, it looks like the body is shaped like a crane or a flamingo or a heron or something like that. But the legs are clearly much shorter, which actually do affect the way this mod works, if you ask me, and I will show that when it comes to the close-up. But it has this very recognized red eye area, this very long, slender but bended beak, and then it have these small, it looks like hair, but it is feathers on the back, and this quite unique coloration. I did see a beautiful albino both on pictures and also on pictures on Nexus where I downloaded the mod, but I didn't get it. I can't check in here, to be honest, if it is here now. I have checked a few times. No, it's still not here. I would like to show you, but I basically just can't at this point. So instead, we're actually gonna go right into Zoopedia instead. And we got a lot because I forgot everything about that. I started them to reproduce and then I did something else because I'm me. Anyway, they are near threatened and the population in the wild is about 6,700, which is kind of a lot, but not really. But it's also because they live in a very small area. Here you can see they live on Madagascar, which is this beautiful island. Yeah, I think most kids who watch Disney movies know about Madagascar, but maybe not where it actually is. They live both in tropical, temperate, and aquatic biome, and again, it is a subaquatic bird. It isn't a full aquatic bird. I don't think we have any full aquatic birds. But yeah. One of them need 50 square meters of land and nothing else. But again, it is a subaquatic bird. They live in places from 8 to 42 degrees Celsius, which can be accommodated in most zoo. Right now, we build in the tiger biome in Pine Hut Zoo, so we will need to have them inside if we decide to use them. Or else it would be a little cold. You only need a grade 1 fence and it only need to be 1.25 meters, so that's around 3.5, 3.75 feet. Keep in mind, all of my calculations is in my head, so again, it's my math isn't the best, but I'm trying here. So if you need the exact calculation, then please do it yourself. I wouldn't be offended if you double check me, because sometimes I actually took myself in some older videos of calculating the wrong way. For instance, 500 grams, half a kilo is 1 pound roughly, but I accidentally did it the other way, so I thought that pounds were bigger than kilos. So again, a lot of confusion around that. So I try here. This doesn't make sense right away. It doesn't make sense. Group size is from 1 to 15, but only 1 male and 10 females. I only count 11 now. Bachelor group from 1 to 4 and bachelorette from 1 to 10. Oh, I just want to mention, I forgot to mention the mother here. Stop! It's Ronmayron, maybe. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I think it's a male because Ron is, but again, I don't know, so it can also be a female. I never heard about this mother before. I never seen anything by them before, but I do remember vaguely at some point Leaf had this mod on his channel. Looking over it, I can't give you the video because his videos are called mod showcase, and then he have a lot of mods in there, so it's rarely that the name of the mods in the mod showcase actually appears on the video. Also why I wanted to make this series. but I remember him looking at it. But besides that, I never heard about this mother before. So basically, we are in whole unknown territory. Maybe it's someone who don't mod anymore, but did it a lot earlier. Maybe it's someone that just mod for a lot of games, so it's minimal the amount of mod he put or she puts in each game. Again, don't know, but I really care to know. I really want to know. There's no dominance. They are monogamous, so therefore, if you want all of your females pregnant, then you kind of need that. So you have 1 male and 10 females, when 9 of those females will never get pregnant. That's what I read here. They are confident around humans and guests can enter the habitat. We like to see that. If you follow my Panhard Zoo Speedball playlist at this point, you know why I want the guests to enter. Size Lopoptibis. This sounds more like a Latin name. Yeah, it's the Latin name. The mother put it in there, so we don't know how big they are. 26 years they live around that, and they weigh around 1.6 kilo. Sorry, 1.2 kilo, both males and females, so that would be around 2.4 pounds. Sexual maturity, again, half the lesson name this time. But they can reproduce until they die. Number of offspring, they will get 2 offspring every 16th month, which is kind of weird. Interval, normally it's 1.5 year or 1 year or 2 years, but this is 16 months, which would be a year and 4 months. Reproduction in captivity unknown. Perfect. We don't have any interspecies enrichment, honestly. At this point, I didn't really expect it. But again, this doesn't necessarily mean that the mod is bad when you just play with it. But you need to kind of figure out some of these informations yourself. And you can't just Google them, because maybe the thing you Google don't match up with the information the game has. So therefore, you have to try to figure it out itself, but take it as a research project. A lot of zoos does them all the time. We only have 3 enrichment things. So we have the mirror thingy, the sprinkler thingy, and the herbs and marker. And then we have 2 food enrichment. So we have the slow feeder here, and we have the foliage thingy. Now, I actually thought that there was a gendered. I'm just checking again if we have a no. It's still not an albino. I really wanted to show you that. But anyway, as always, I leave the link. I put a mail here. To the... and the female there. To the mod below where you can download it. And you can also see the picture of the albino there. It's beautiful. It is really beautiful. Again, there are some things you can see here, which you can't see there. But the coloration you can see there. And then when we go in for the close-up here, we do that now. Then you can see it's the paint job that's different. So everything that's weird on this would probably also be weird on the albino, and everything that's good on this would also be good on the albino. It's only the paint job that's different, but it isn't completely just white, and it have this beautiful hue to the color. The coloration is beautiful, so trust me on that. But I thought they were gendered, so the female didn't have this up here, but clearly they both have that, so it seems like they are the same. Now, is it the animal or the mod? I don't know, I didn't check. I just feel like it should be a male thing because I know birds. Anyway, we have these, which are kind of bad, kind of good, because these doesn't look exactly like feathers. They should be long feathers tethered up here, and as you can see here, if I get the right angle here, you can see this isn't even tethered. It doesn't come from in here, it just starts out here. The angle of some of them is weird. Right now, I think it's because it's collisions with the rest of the body when they move them around. You can see here they are more laid to the side. Then they look better. But the thing is though, even though this look kind of bad, I want to elaborate on that. Because we have both good and bad. No, we have bad and less bad feathers in the game at this point. The best feathers from the game at this point is the cranes, but only the red crown crane, but only their tail feathers. Nothing else on them looks like feathers, but the tail feathers do. Kind of. But it isn't much better than this. I have seen a few modded birds with okay or good feathers, and all of those videos is of course up on my channel already. But basically this isn't bad compared to that. Compared to all of the other things we have seen. We have seen something a little bit better, but we have also seen something a lot worse than this. And the thing I'm most impressed about is that they move with the head. If yeah, here you can see they collision a little bit down here, but they move very well around the head when the head is moved. And they did also color in here. I don't think that is on the animal, but it gives the illusion that they fit in more, which I really like. The eye area here is also really good. And right now I'm talking about the skin here. Because when it comes to the feathers up here, it looks weird. But the texture here, I think it's all painted here. I don't think we have any like texture going on its own. It is painted. But it's a really good paint job. It feels like when we can see through there, but again we can do that on a lot of mud. So I'm not gonna hold that up against the modder, especially if it is a newer modder. The eye is amazing. Eye is amazing. It's beautiful, it's well done, and you don't only get the colors of the blackness of the pupil and the brown area here, but you have all of the different colorations in there. You have a shine to it, which a lot of birds have, especially since it is a subaquatic bird. It is also possible that it get wet sometime. So that's actually quite unique and quite good. Again, texture looks like texture here, but when we move around you can see it is completely flat. The same with the beak. It doesn't have all of these grainies. Well, maybe it have this one. You can see here, this is actual shape of the beak, but the rest of it around here is just paint job, and that isn't bad necessarily. It's a choice, but the paintwork make it work. If they made a beak this flat and just gave it one color, then it would be bad. But because the paintwork is so good, then I really like it. To be honest, I would like it more if it both have this amazing paintwork and all of these nooks and crannies a beak for a bird that use their beak so much naturally have. But honestly, as long as it's done well, one or the other can make it work very good. I'd rather have both, but a lot of modders are better to something and worse to something else. And I'm guessing this is someone that's really good at the paint job. I honestly, if I ever made a mod, I would like make the paint job, and then I would probably give up. I would try to do fur or feathers, and then I wouldn't be able to do it very well, and then I would just give up right away. I think I wouldn't be. I don't know anything about coding or anything like that. Here we have this texture in here, which I really like. I like it up here because here in this area, a lot of birds have these very short feathers that give this fur-like appearance. But when it comes down here, it still looks very much like fur. And here I would rather have feathers, but I think we have seen 1 or 2 bird mods that actually have feather texture around here. What I do like though is that they have these angles in here. You can see the strands move from that way to that way. So we have the angle here, which would appear if we had a feather going down here. So they are moving the right way, but still we get these lines that also at the same time make it look like a plastic toy a little bit. But again, it isn't the worst bird we have seen at all. We have seen much worse on this channel, trust me. So I would say if you just want to play around with this, play your game from out here or further away, I can't put my finger on anything. If you want to go all the way in here and study them close up, then this might be an issue. The feathers might be an issue. But again, it's what you want with the game, honestly. We do have babies, but I'm pretty sure that the babies is pretty much just a smaller adult. If I should guess, this mother is probably someone that... Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I'm just gonna... where do I do the plant suit? You see that? Hi guys, editing me here, and I'm so sorry for this, but I actually missed something here. The beautiful albino I talked about before was actually not an albino, that was the actual baby. So I have told the mother that they don't use the baby he or she made, but the baby or just a smaller version of the adult. I have told them they can do what they want with it. I just wanted to mention it here, but let's continue. You see the color of the baby up here in the corner compared to the bird we actually see. So that's, to me, tells me that it may be a mistake that they didn't make a baby that looks like the one we just saw on the picture there. And then the game read these in instead, I would guess, is the issue. It is also possible that they took the picture from something else. Again, I'm not I don't know this bird, so I'm not sure how many states it have. Some animals have a lot of states, like mice have very many states where they have the blurb, little pink blurb without eyes or fingers or anything. Then they have the jumpers that the pinkies that's still pink, but they are able to move around. Then they have the jumpers that are bigger. I have gotten their fur, but the fur is really short and they are really active. And then they have the adult mice that have this thicker fur and another texture to them. So they have a lot of stages. And some animals are basically just born smaller adults. Like, for instance, snakes, the coloration changes a little bit over time, but they are born basically done. And I don't know this bird, so I'm not sure how it would look coming out of the egg. A lot of birds have this baby stage after the egg, but I'm not sure if all do, so I can't say that this is wrong anyway. And maybe it's the picture that's wrong, but maybe it's this, and I'm not sure. But I will what's it called, contact the mother and ask about it, and then they can do what they want to do about it. Because again, this is an issue for what I want out of the mod. And actually, I think it's cute that you have those smaller variations running around. The issue though we have is over here with the bathing. Keep an eye on them, and suddenly they will glitch. I think this one is halfway there. As you can see, it glitches a little bit here, and then it glitches down, and then it glitches up. As long as you have like a certain amount of land, yeah, no one's is in the water now. Here, you can see it's like the game thinks it have longer legs than it has, so it don't actually swim, it just walks kind of down in the water. And then at some point when they get out where there's deeper water here, you can see the glitch down and suddenly go down here instead. And also see we have something going on over here, real weird. So it's both the adults and the babies, but as long as you make sure, I think the first maybe half a meter or meter isn't an issue. It happens when they get out where there's deeper. You can see in here, no issue. So if you have shallow water, it's not an issue. If you want to see them swim in deep water, you won't get that. You will get that weird glitchy. I do, however, like all of the splash it makes when it starts glitching. But again, it's what you want to do with it. There's no rules here. I'm not the one who decided if you should give this mod. And again, I talk trash about these feathers up here, but look when they just move around and you just play your game, how beautiful they look. I'm not sure how deep the water can be, but I'm guessing half a meter or something. Maybe 2 feet, 60, 70 centimeters, something around there. Because you can see here, as long as they stay in here, we don't have any issues about. Oh, the babies start early and then the adult. No, there's just deeper over here. So I'm not sure what's actually happening here, but again, I will contact the mother. I will say my piece about it. I'm not gonna nag them about it. Never, never, never contact a mother and just be mean about it. Never. Just gonna say, oh, I have this with the glitching water and I have this with the see-through area. And there was one thing more I already forgot. But I will, when I edit this video, I will write that down. I will tell the mother, and then the mother can do what they want about it. I'm not saying that they have to fix it. I'm just saying, if you haven't noticed, maybe it's an update that makes these issues or something like that. If you want to do something about it, then great. Then please tell me when you've done it so I can look at it again. But either way, there's nothing about this that makes it unplayable, so I'm gonna put out this video. If I later get a message that it's been updated, then I will put out a new video. Like for instance I did on the main wolf, because you could play it with the main wolves as it were, but it got so much better. And if you want a disco bird, like this is kind of disco bird. So again, if you're making like a fairy world zoo where you want a disco bird, that's also an opportunity. So yeah, again, we'll put out a new video if it get updated. However, I keep this video up, so if I make the new video, I put a pinned comment on this one so you can see link to the new video. Because I also think it's important to see when modders go in and fix their work, because a lot of them really are proud about their work. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I already talked way too long as always. So guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye guys.